This is a powerful Greninja team that you definitely need to try out. Today, trainers, we're diving together into Open Great League with a Clodsire team followed up by Greninja and Lickitung. We got a lot of legacy moves for today's content, but still, you can see that in no time you can make quick work of your opponent's shields with your bulky Clodsire and Lickitung, while your Greninja will eventually stay at top in the end game, especially with it having the shield advantage. So we're gonna be using both Clodsire and Lickitung as pure punching bags, and most likely Lickitung as the main Pokemon, the main key to this team's success, to draw out the fighters so that Greninja can emerge victorious against whatever remains at the very end. And yes, before you hop in some interesting comments in the comment section, I know triple counter teams, double counter backline is always gonna counter us down, but yeah, it is what it is. Now let's keep going with the content. Now with that Lickitung able to finish us off, we're just gonna go down to the bot slam and Clodsire can easily return into the battle. I think that Clodsire here can easily survive the following moves, while we can easily farm down completely, but in the process I also realized that perhaps my Greninja can easily come into the battle now and start farming down all that crucial energy, since now Bastiodon is coming into the game. Another Hydro Cannon is imminent. Let's see if they want to spend a shield here, but even if they do, we can easily get to another pair of Hydro Cannons in the process. I decide to block here the move, and as it seems my opponent will go for more pressure with those smackdowns, and we are already there on another pair of Hydros. Down they go, they still have one shield remaining. I'm just gonna go, I guess, for the move right straight ahead, and I end up going for that Night Slash. Let's see how this is gonna go, because Lickitung is out of the way, but Jellicent still re-emerges into the battle. The outcome of the battle has not been settled yet, because my Greninja is out of the game, and now we need a double Earthquake to get the victory over that Jellicent. They know that if we bait, it is gonna be their win condition. That's why they let the move go through, but one match shot later we managed to get a huge victory to get the video going. At this point I want to ask you, trainers, as we're having a very bad lead against Hypno, when you team build a team for Great League, what do you do first? What typing are you choosing? And if I were you, I would go for the water typing because of how general they can be with their coverage. But overall, what is your favorite type to build around in Go Battle League in total? Write down in the comment section. It really is an interesting question that I really want to see the answer from all of you. Anyways, now with Hypno up in front, having on the switch Umbreon, you might say that we're getting hard countered, but hopefully Hypno is gonna struggle a lot against the Greninja, and if there is not gonna be something like a Vigoroth or Scrafty, which is a kinda common team, I guess that Greninja is gonna be on a very good spot on the end game. Otherwise, we might be in a pickle. Anyways, now with the bot slam, we can go ahead and throw the move on the Umbreon. Down they go, and Hypno returns. This is absolutely awesome for us now, because we have totally turned around that very bad lead, and as soon as they see Greninja, they back out, so that can mean that perhaps they indeed have a fighter, and they know that the alignment now cannot be broken. Into the next game now with the Tentacle up in front, one of the best leads that you can get actually, even though those skulls are gonna do so much damage on us, and this is the double fighting backline. So the first one that emerges is Hakamo, but with the Earthquake that they catch on that Pokemon, they still take a ton of damage. So now my Lickitung is gonna go for the Body Slam, and I'm pretty sure that even if they finish us down with those Brick Breaks, we might actually be on a very good spot with our Clodsire by completely farming down that Hakamo. Let's see how this is gonna go, since now I'm deciding to let the Brick Break go through, and instead of bringing my Clodsire into the game, I want to farm all that crucial energy with my Greninja. And here is the second fighter, so things can be kinda crucial for the end game, especially now that we can get our hands on the Night Slash, get the boost, and do extra damage with that Water Shuriken. That was absolutely clutch, and now Clodsire will most probably farm without any trouble at all, since we got some seals remaining for the very end game. Tentacruel now returns into the battle. All we have to do here is to survive those moves that they're gonna throw, but of course they're just gonna call the bait like before. They go down, and that's gonna be a magnificent ending on this one. Into the next game now with a controversial lead against Trevenant. So this Pokemon can go pretty neutral against my entire team, but also it is gonna take some super effective damage in the process. Not only that, but I was expecting the Shadow Shadow Ball, so that's why I decided to switch on my Lickitung on the 7th Shadow Claw, so we still managed to catch the move on our Punching Bag. Also, we bait out of there something like Bastiodon, which is an alright Pokemon, I guess, and with that in mind now, we might actually be on a very good spot with our Greninja, because Trevenant might be a very bad one for them. So now with the Power Whips, we're not gonna do a lot of damage on their end, but still we can apply some pressure with our Pokemon. And as soon as I see my switch coming up and I know that there are still switch locked in there with me, I decide to switch out on my Clodsar. We manage to provoke the CMP here, and right after, not only they spend a shield, but also they need to return to the battle with the Trevenant. So this leaves us a lot of spare room for our Greninja to shine even more in the end game, because now with both Bastiodon and Trevenant basically out of the way, we're just gonna have the upper hand on their third Pokemon, as long as it is not gonna be a Charmer or a Grass type. So let's see how this is gonna end, because Greninja is definitely coming into the game. We need to see their final Pokemon. I'm expecting it, I do not remember it at this point, and it ends up being a Gligar, which is absolutely awesome news for us. Now with the shield advantage, once again Greninja will go to town with its moves, and I'm pretty sure that if we get straight to those Hydro Cannons, this is gonna be all the content that we need for our Ninja Go Pokemon. Let's go with a win. Hydro Cannon for the victory. Bastiodon returns, but it has nothing to offer, and we're gonna take a solid victory for this one. Into the next game now with the Annihilate up in front. Obviously kinda of a weird lead, as long as they do not have Ice Punch it should be fine, but still they can survive our moves, while they can also apply some pressure on our side. Anyways, now on Skarmory on the switch, I guess that it's a perfect opportunity for us to come into the battle with Greninja. Greninja not only can two-shot down this Pokemon, but we also get the perfect chance here to shine with a boost. So another Night Slash is imminent. This will draw a shield, even though it did not pop up, they still sealed it, and after the Brave Bird we can easily farm down without breaking any sweat at all. Down they go, a ton of energy farmed up by our Greninja, and I decided to go here for the Night Slash, but for some reason the game lagged and I went for an extra fast attack. So it is what it is. Now Annihilate comes into the game. I get the chance to at least go for one Night Slash, which is kind of a game changer, and now Gligar will end up catching my Earthquake. That was devastating at the moment, so I'm trying to catch the dig in return. This is not gonna happen. A little bit of FPS drop once again, and I'm telling you, Go battle lag is real these days, so I'm not having that fun, and I'm trying to do my best on showcasing my content, so I really hope that you understand my efforts here and appreciate them on YouTube. So here comes now dig on Gligar, and I guess that we can easily survive it, while one Body Slam might actually do the trick up against them. Down they go. I also expect them to return now to the battle with Annihilate, and they have so much energy stored up. Hopefully here we can get on the Earthquake to finish them off. They can survive the move. Can they get though to a double nuke? Let's see together, trainers. The first move is whatever it is. We still manage to get the knockout with that final mud shot. Are you kidding me? That was insane. Into the next battle now with a Skarmory up in front. This is one of the all-time bad leads for your Clodsar. I know, no super effective moves are gonna be exchanged, but still they can easily beat us down if they want to, straight going for Sky Attack, and also get a ton of energy farmed up in the process, and that energy will not be appreciated at all by our backline. So I guess that we can also not switch out, since our Lickitung is not gonna be the perfect Pokemon, but after one Stone Edge we try to catch the move on our Punching Bag, because this is what it does. It is a Punching Bag, and now we bait out of there a Dark type that might actually have been a stronghold for our Greninja in the end game, so probably we can have the upper hand once this settles down. So Dragon Claw here will drop us very low, and I guess that they want to completely farm down, so before they do I'm just gonna go for one last attempt and my Body Slam. So right here I decide to go into the battle with Clodsar, because I want to make them drop some energy on my Pokemon, while I want to completely rely on the end game with my Greninja. However, Skarmory returns here in a weird attempt to to catch my move. They can do that successfully, no boost this time, but hopefully one more Night Slash will seal the deal over Skarmory. Down they go, no boost again, and at the very end Annihilate emerges. So yeah, that is gonna be all on this battle. Nothing else to see since Greninja is just gonna fall down to Annihilate, and of course Clodsire is just gonna fall short on that Annihilate matchup once again. I don't know why they fired off here. Well, they could have easily won this. They get the unnecessary boost, so what a flex. Yeah, that was idiotic. Anyways, now into the next battle with the Vigoroth up in front, and I'm just gonna resist those counters while all they have to throw is Body Slam, and I guess that is just fine. My backline is gonna hurt a lot against those fighters, even when they are not a pure fighting type, because Vigoroth is basically a pseudo fighter. So with Vigoroth now getting to another charge attack, especially those Body Slams, they can spam their way to victory, but before they do, we get the perfect opportunity here to two-shot them down actually with my Stone Edge. Not only that, but they also have a Pokemon like Skeletridge in the very end game, and I guess this is just fine for us because our whole team is gonna be pretty good against Skeletridge and basically against those fire type Pokemon. So Power Whip here is gonna connect for a little bit of extra damage. Body Slam is double resisted while Power Whip is single resisted. That's why I went for that move. Greninja now goes into the battle. They have a ton of flame at the back, double fire, get out of here, and Greninja will get this victory for our team. Into the next game now with Lantern up in front, and on the switch we're meeting up with Swampy. Swampy here is gonna get its hands on those Hydros, and I decide to catch on my Lickitung. Even if that was not a catch, I guess their switch locked in there with me, so I guess that it is just fine for our Lickitung to suck the remaining energy. So the big Licker is gonna get now on that Power Whip to one-shot down the remaining HP of the Mad Boy, but this is not gonna happen. They want to stay in a little bit extra, and this is kinda understandable depending on that Lantern lead that we had. They definitely want to avoid my Clodsire, but I also realize here that perhaps Greninja can still provide some extra pressure on their end. Perhaps that was a mistake, but I am just gonna risk for it. Anyways, now with Swampy going for the Hydro Cannon, we managed to get a lot of energy as long as we sealed at least one of their moves, and down they go. Now Lantern comes into the game, and I can easily switch out now on my Clodsire. Even with Pidgeot at the very end, I feel very comfortable here because we have so much energy to spare, and we can easily outspeed to a double Stone Edge before they even reach to a single Feather Dance to debuff us. So I guess that my chance at winning here are gonna be pretty high, even though they're getting on the Brave Bird, but hopefully we can survive. And due to our ground typing, thanks actually to that ground typing, we can actually get a lot of pressure on the end since we can resist the sparks, and also by blocking here, not only we survive, but also we reach to the Earthquake for a lot of damage on their side. Down goes a nice chunk, wombo combo out on Greninja, and here comes now the Ninja victory with our Night Slash. That's gonna be all for today, trainers. Thank you for watching, for sticking around till the end. It really means a lot for my channel. Before you go, leave a huge like, subscribe to my content, and I hope to see you all into the next one.